Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत शिवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is 15th of September, and it is the Bhadra Masa or Rishikesha Masa, Shukla Paksham, and the Dwadasi Tithi. So today it is the Vamana Dwadasi, and it is a breakfast time for Ekadasi. It is between 6:36 and 10:48 for its fasting yesterday. So they can fast the break. They can fast. Sorry, they can break their fast between 6:36 and 10:48. Okay. So apart from that, two more events. One is the Vamana Dwadasi, the appearance day of Lord Vamana Deva, and another one is the appearance day of Srila Jiva Goswami. So we shall read few lines from the IskanDesert.com about Vamana Dwadasi and Jiva Goswami. Okay. So Lord Vamana Deva, the dwarf incarnation, it is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 18th chapter summary. So the chapter describes how Lord Vamanadeva appeared and how he went to the sacrificial arena of Maharaja Bali, who received him well and fulfilled his desire by offering him benedictions. Lord Vamanadeva appeared in this world from the womb of Aditi, completely equipped with conch shell, disc, club, and lotus. So his bodily hue was blackish, and he was dressed in yellow garments. Lord Vishnu appeared at the auspicious moment on Shravana Dwadasi when the Abhijit star had arisen. At the time, in all the three worlds, including the higher planetary system, outer space, and this earth, all the demigods, the cows, the brahmanas, and even the seasons were happy because of God's appearance. Therefore, this auspicious day is called Vijaya. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has a Satchidananda body, appeared as the son of Kashyapa and Aditi, both of his parents were very astonished. After his appearance, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf, that is Vamana. All the great sages expressed their jubilation, and with Kashyapa Muni before them, they performed the birthday ceremony of Lord Vamana Deva. At the time of Lord Vamanadeva's sacred thread ceremony, he was honored by the sun god and Brihaspati, the goddess presiding over the planet Earth, the deity of the heavenly planets, his mother, Lord Brahma, Kuvera, the seven rishis, and others. Lord Vamanadeva then visited the sacrificial arena on the northern side of the Narmada river at the field known as Bhrugu where Brahmanas of the Bhrugu dynasty were performing yajnas. Wearing a belt made of munjastra, an upper garment of deerskin, and a sacred thread, and carrying in his hands a danda, an umbrella, and a water pot, kamandalu. Lord Vamanadeva appeared in the sacrificial arena of Maharaja Bali. Because of his transcendently effulgent presence, all the priests were diminished in their prowess. And thus they all stood from their seats and offered prayers to Lord Vamanadeva. Even Lord Shiva accepts on his head the Ganges water generated from the toe of Lord Vamanadeva. Therefore, after washing the Lord's feet, Bali Maharaj immediately accepted the water from the Lord's feet on his head and felt that he and his predecessors had certainly been glorified. Then Bali Maharaja inquired of Lord Vamanadeva's welfare and requested the Lord to ask him for money, jewels, or anything he might desire. And then uh, 19th chapter describes how Lord Vamanadeva asked for 3 pieces of land in charity, how Bali Maharaja agreed to his proposal, and how Sukracharya forbade Bali Maharaja to fulfill Lord Vamana's request. When Bali Maharaja, thinking Vamanadeva to be the son of a Brahmana, told him to ask for anything he liked, Lord Vamanadeva praised Hiranyakshipu and Hiranyaksha for their heroic activities, and after thus praising the family in which Bali Maharaj had been born, he begged the king for 3 pieces of land. Bali Maharaj agreed to give this land in charity, since this was very insignificant, but Sukracharya, who could understand that Vamanadeva was Vishnu, the friend of the demigods, forbade Bali Maharaja to give this land. Sukracharya advised Bali Maharaja to withdraw his promise. He explained that in subduing others, in joking, in responding to danger, in acting for the welfare of others, and so on, one could refuse to fulfill one's promise, and there would be no fault. By this philosophy, Sukracharya tried to dissuade Bali Maharaja from giving land to Lord Vamanadeva. So there is further past tense of between Bali Maharaja and Vamanadeva. So after Bali giving the 3 footsteps of land, Vamanadeva occupies all the with 1 foot all the land, with another foot all the space, and he asks for another foot. Then Bali Maharaj offered his head as the third for the third footstep, and likewise Vamanadeva sent Bali Maharaj to um, the Loka. Later on, with the humility of Bali Maharaja, Vamanadeva pleased, and then he gives the Sutala planet as his abode, and he becomes Vamanadeva becomes the door god for his palace. Likewise, Bali Maharaja has been having the association of Vamanadeva, so he is so fortunate. And later on, and also the benediction for Bali Maharaja is that so after the 7 month Manvantara, so now in this Manvantara, the Indra is the son of Aditi Mata. His name is Purandara. So he is the son of Aditi Mata. So once the Purandara period as Indra, it finishes in this Manvantara, in the Vaivashuddha Manvantara. So in the next Manvantara, Bali Chakravarti is going to be the next Indra. That benediction is also given to Bali by Vamanadeva. So that is the auspicious appearance day of Vamanadeva today. That is, and then we shall move to the next part of our event is Jiva Goswami's appearance day. So Jiva Goswami is the son of Anupama. Anupama is the younger brother of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. So, and here, so from the ISKCON.com, when Sri Gaurasundara came to Ramakeli, Sri Jiva Goswami was blessed by having darshan of his worshipable Lord, though he was just a baby at the time. Placing the dust of his lotus feet on the child's head, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu indicated him to be the future sovereign preceptor of the Gaudiya Sampradaya. As he got a little older, Sri Jiva took up the worship of the deities of Sri Ramakrishna. He would carefully decorate them and offer bhoga and arati, serving them with his full attention, even in his play. Whatever games he played were connected with Sri Krishna's pastimes. While studying under the local Panditas, he became proficient in grammar, poetry, and rhetoric, and someone suggested to Jiva to go to Navadvipa. Thus, Sri Jiva set out for Navadvipa with a group of pilgrims, and there Sri Jiva met with Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Jiva spent some days with Nityananda Prabhu touring the 9 islands of Navadvipa. Then, as ordered by Nityananda Prabhu, he set out for Kasi or Varanasi, where he studied Vedanta under the Madhusudana Vachaspati, a disciple of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. From here, Sri Jiva set out for Sri Vrindavana, where he received shelter at the lotus feet of his 2 uncles, Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Sri Rupa began to teach him Srimad Bhagavatam. After initiating him with the divine mantra, Rupa engaged him in the service of Sri Sri Radha Damodara, fashioned by Rupa Goswami's own hand. So that is from the Jiva Goswami's appearance day. And Jiva Goswami, he has taken all the scriptures from Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, and then he has given to his successors. Okay, and he is the one of the famous acharyas to expand the Krishna consciousness movement in our sampradaya. That is the appearance day of Srila Jiva Goswami today. Okay, so apart from that, we shall move to the daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Lord Brahma is speaking to the Narada Muni, describing the different pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now he is speaking after explaining different incarnations. Now he is explaining Krishna's pastimes in a very summarized way. So yesterday we have seen Brahma was describing about the Damodara pastime, and also Krishna showing the universal form within the mouth to Mother Yashoda. So those pastimes, Brahma explained, Gruhnita yad upabandham amushyamata sulbham sutasya natu tattad amushyamati yad jhrumbato asya vadane bhonani gopi samvikcha sankita manaha pratibhoditasi. So likewise, one is the yad yad upabandham amushyamata sulbham sutasya natu tattad amushyamati, that the rope, binding rope, it is not sufficient, but by the mercy of the Lord later on, Yashoda Mata was able to bind Krishna. And then when Krishna, Yajrumbato Asya, when Krishna opened his mouth, Vadane Bhunani Gopi, she sees all the planetary systems in the mouth of Vadane, Samvikya, Yashoda Mata looked in the mouth of Krishna, Bhunani, all the planetary systems. Sankita Manaha Pratibodhitasit, and then she was adjusted by the motherly affection later on. And Krishna, with his Yogamaya potency, he covers the intelligence of Yashodama. Okay, likewise, Brahma mentioned. And then later on, Brahma is further explaining two more pastimes about the in the Krishna's pastimes of Krishna. Here in this pastime, how Varuna has taken, Varuna captures Nanda Maharaja, and then Krishna releases Nanda Maharaja from the Varuna Pasha, while going to Vibhavari or the Varuna Loka. And that is one pastime. And then another pastime is when all the Gopas, after hearing these pastimes of Varuna, how Krishna released Nanda Maharaja, and Nanda Maharaja spoke this pastime to all the Gopas in the Vrindavana. And then, so these Gopis and Gopas, they work very hard in the daytime. So when they're sleeping in the night time, in a deep sleep at the time, Krishna, so he has showed Goloka Vrindavana to all the people. They have asked Krishna to show the Vaikuntha planets. So likewise Brahma is saying here today. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 7, verse number 31. Nandam cha mokshati bhayad varunasya pashat gopan bileshu pihitan maya sununa cham Agni aprutam nisisyayanam adisramena lokam vikuntum upanesyati gokulam sma. Nandam cha mokshati bhayad varunasya pashad. Nandam cha mokshati, and Nandamcha, onto Nanda Maharaja. Also, there is Mokshati. He saves Nanda Maharaja from Bayad Varunasya Pashad and from the fear of Varuna Pasha. Varunasya Pashad. Varuna is the demigod of water. Pashad from the clutches of uh, Varuna. Varuna Pashad. And then further, another pastime is this is also the son of Maya demon. His name is called Vyomasura. Vyomasura, when children are playing, Vyomasura coming and to steal all the children, he was taking all the children and put up into a cave, mountain cave. And Krishna released all the children of Gopa children. So Gopan Bileshu Pihitan Maya Sununacha. Gopan Bileshu. Gopan, all the uh, coward men. Gopan Bileshu in the caves of the mountains. Pihitan. And when this Pihitan, they were placed in that bila, the caves of the mountain. Maya Sununacha. Mayasunu. Mayasunu is the son of Maya demon. His name is the Vyomasura. Mayasununacha. That is another pastime. And then Agni Aprutam Nisisayanam Atisramena. Agni Aprutam. Being very engaged in during the daytime. And then Nisisayanam, and they were sleeping in the night time. Nishi in the night. Shayanam, they are sleeping there. It's lying down. Atishramena, because of hard labor. Agni Aprudam Nisyayanam Atishramena, with the so much of labor in the daytime. They have to go to the fields or tending the cows, taking them to the Govardhana hill and then bringing them back, and then going to the farms and then cultivating, plowing the land, and then just doing the seeds. And this is the kind of maintaining the farm fields and maintaining the cows. This is Atishramena. Though they have got the physical bodily labor, they do not have to worry about. There is not much pressure on the mind nowadays. The things are is different. So much of pressure on the mind, but bodily thing there is not much work for the body. So here, gopis Agni Aprutam Nisisayanam Atishramena. Due to the hard labor in the daytime, they were sleeping in the night. And then what Lord Krishna has done. Lokam Vikuntam Upanesyati Gokulam Sma. Lokam Vikuntam. This is the Lokam Vikuntam is the Vaikuntha planet, the spiritual skies. Upanesyati, he awarded all this Gopas, Gopis, everything. He awarded, what is that? Gokulam, the highest planet. Goloka Vrindavana. Sma, certainly. So likewise, Brahma is saying to Narada Muni. Lokam Vikuntam Upanesyate Gokulam Sma. So this is Nandam cha Mokshati Bhayad Varunasya Pashad Gopan Bileshu Pihitan Maya Sununacha Ahni Aprutam Nisyayanam Atishramena Lokam Vikuntam Upanesyate Gokulam Sma. So translation for this was Lord Krishna saved his foster father Nanda Maharaja from the fear of the demigod Varuna and released the coward boys from the caves of the mountain, for they were placed there by the son of Maya. Also, to the inhabitants of Vrindavana, who were busy working during daytime and sleeping soundly at night because of their hard labor in the day, Lord Krishna awarded promotion to the highest planet in the spiritual sky. All these acts are transcendental and certainly prove without any doubt his godhood. And purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any unallocated devotees to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, may I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Nand Maharaj, the foster father of Lord Krishna, went to take his bath in the river Yamuna in the dead of night, mistakenly thinking that the night was already over. Thus the demigod Varuna took him to the Varun planet just to have a look at the personality of
Godhead Krishna, who appeared there to release his father. Actually, there was no arrest of Nand Maharaj by Varun because the inhabitants of Vrindavan were always engaged in thinking of Krishna, in constant meditation on the personality of Godhead in a particular form of samadhi or trance of bhakti yoga. They had no fear of miseries of material existence. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is confirmed that to be in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead by full surrender in transcendental love frees one from the miseries inflicted by laws of material nature. Here it is clearly mentioned that the inhabitants of Vrindavan were extensively busy in the hard labor of their day work, and due to the day's hard labor, they were engaged in sound sleep at night. So practically, they had very little time to devote to meditation or to other paraphernalia of spiritual activities, but actually they were engaged in the highest spiritual activities only. Everything done by them was spiritualized because everything was devote, devoted in their relationship with Lord Krishna. The central point of activities was Krishna, and as such, so called activities in the material world were saturated with spiritual potency. This is the advantage of the way of Bhakti Yoga. One should discharge one's duty on Lord Krishna's behalf, and all one's actions will be saturated with Krishna thought, the highest pattern of trance in spiritual realization. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So here in this purport, Prabhupada is mentioning about Varuna wanted to see Krishna personally. So this is another pastime. So now for that, this pastime is Nanda Maharaj woke up early in the night and then he went to the Yamuna to take bath, and where Varuna's assistants, they have taken Nanda Maharaj to Varunaloka, and then where Krishna and Balaram, they went there, and then they go, they give the darshan of Krishna and Balarama to Varuna, and then Varuna worshipped Krishna and Balaram, and then Nanda Maharaj was astonished to see those pastime. So that is one pastime here, and then another thing is the inhabitants of Vrindavana. So here, when everything or in Krishna consciousness, if we see the villages, they have got one temple, either Rama temple or Krishna temple. They go to the farms and then come after the hard labor in the evening, after the bath, and then they go to the temple and do the bhajans, and likewise they take a deep sleep. That is the day-to-day activities of the generally village people. So here the Vrindavana is like that, and all their activities, Sarira Manasa Divyaha Vayase cha Manushaha Bodhikasha Katam Klesha Bhadante Hari Samsrayam. So when Sarira Manasa Divyaha Vayase cha Manushaha, and Bodhikasha Katam Klesha, when the Bodhik, how can anyone have the uh, kleshas, all the different kinds of miseries in their life? Because bhadante harisamsrayam, all kinds of these things are doubted in Krishna. Bhadante harisamsrayaha. So this is the activities of the Vrindavan people. So whoever is making their activities, Krishna is the center, their life will be perfect. They do not feel any of this. Piyush nityapita deha dharmaha. Niryapita deha dharmaha. Just hearing Krishna Katha, Parasparam Twad Gunavadaseedu, Parasparam, devotees, they speak about Krishna Katha each other. Parasparam Twad Gunavadaseedu, about the Krishna's qualities, and that's why Piyusha, while drinking those nectar of Krishna Katha, Piyusha Niryapita Deha Dharmaha, they will forget the hard labor of their daytime, that bodily pains, whatever it is, they do not feel those miseries at all. Bhautikasha kadam klesha bhadante harisayam. So likewise, Swayambhu Manu, he spent 71 uh, um, Chaturyugas, 71 yugas, he has spent by Vasudeva Prasangena Paribhuta Gatitrayaha. Just by hearing the Krishna Katha, engaging himself, we are having hardly 100 years. Out of 100 years, at least half of the years have passed already. So this is the rest of the life. It's not, when compared to the Swayambhu Manu, it is not that much difficult for us to engage, but it is the Kali Yuga. We need to be engaging. We would be left with very small time. We are giving much of time to the material jobs and all other activities. Okay, so that likewise, all the Vrindavan people, they dovetail all of their activity in relationship with Lord Krishna. Okay, so that is the advantage of the way of Bhakti Yoga. One should discharge one's duty on the Lord Krishna's behalf, and all one's actions will be saturated with Krishna thought, the highest pattern of trance in spiritual realization. Okay, very beautiful purport. Okay, likewise, Brahma is saying, and Prabhupada is explaining here. So, Nandam cha mokshati bhayad varunasya pashad gopan bileshu pihitan mayasununa cha ahni aprutam nisisayanam adishramena lokum vikuntam upanesiti gokulam sma. The Lord has showed the highest planet, Goloka Vrindavan. We will see this one, Goloka Vrindavan, later on. It is so beautifully described there. In the Goloka Vrindavana, Radha and Krishna, they are sitting on the very the jewel-bedecked lion throne, and where the effulgence, when all the demigods entering into the Goloka Vrindavan, they could not see the Krishna's form first. And then slowly, when Brahma prayed, and then slowly that effulgence uh, has been Krishna took it away, and then he could see Krishna is brilliantly, all the demigods, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and all the Dharma, they are seeing the Krishna and Radharani sitting on the highest throne. They have to pass through so many gates, 16 gates to pass through to go to the biggest palace, Radharani's biggest palace, where Krishna is there, and all the walls, and it is glorifying. There are no descriptions to, there are no words to describe that beauty of Goloka Vrindavan. And then when it is like that, and Narayana is coming on his chariot to Goloka Vrindavan to see Krishna and Radha Mata. So at that time, uh, in his chariot, once he comes down, and he comes with goddess of fortune and Lakshmi Devi and Saraswati. And Narayana, straight away he comes and enter into the body of Krishna. And then Lakshmi Devi, Saraswati, they stand next to the Krishna. So, and then everyone are surprised to see that scenario. And also the Vishnu also entered into Krishna's body. And later on, Krishna speak about many other pastimes that I'm going to take birth, and all Narayana is going to be performing some activities. So this we hear Vasudeva Krishna, he has performed some activities in the Dwaraka, likewise, and Vrindavana Krishna. So we could dovetail all these things within the pastime of these descriptions. In the Brahmavaivarta Purana, Goloka description, how when Krishna speak all these things, uh, this will answer so many of our questions. Many doubts we might be having it. It will clear up all our doubts. Okay, so that is the goal, the highest planet Goloka Vrindavana. We will see and explore this one on one day once the Vaikuntha descriptions are completed, and then after Brahma Samhita, we enter into that Goloka description. That is the highest thing that we have to go. And once we understand that one, our activities now and the devotional service, it will be streamlined, and then with much faith and much aligned, and we can organize materialistic activities and spiritual activities perfectly. So that is, but though Brahma Vaivarta Purana is mentioned for people in the mode of passion, but still because most of us, we have still have got our body, still have to work. It is in the body is working on the mode of passion only. So it would give more strength to us. It will, it is kind of a supplementary literature to support Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and further to have more faith and devotion to Krishna. Okay, so that is from the Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. And letter to Brahmananda, April 14th, 1970. It is not a very big letter. Can I request Meena Mataji to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna. My dear Brahmananda, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your two letters dated 6th, 4th and 7th April 1970 respectively. So as desired by you, I am enclosing her with check number 10 for 2,409 in favor of ISKCON Press. So please do the needful. Yesterday I have received one newspaper, the Daily California, in which the whole correspondence between Sit, Dr. Stater and me in me be published. Me is published, and they are very interesting. So if we go get one small booklet printed under the captain Krishna consciousness movement is genuine Vedic way, a conjunct discussion between A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Acharya, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and Dr. J.F. Settle, professional of philosophy and South Asian languages, University of California, Berkeley. The pamphlet will help us in our propaganda to convince people that we have not manufactured something new in the name of Krishna consciousness. Anyway, who will read the exchange of correspondence will be convinced that we hold authority. Still, in your country, people are under the impression that this movement is another edition of the hippie, another edition of the hippie movement. I think publication of the pamphlet and distributing them very liberally, especially amongst educated circles, businessmen and foundation authority will do a great deal of help. You can consider and let me know your decisions. I'm enclosing one copy of the newspaper printing for your reference herewith. Regarding the preface to NOD, it will be about 10 to 12 page double space typewriting. On Sunday I have dispatched one reel tape 31 Krishna, in which up to point 20 there is Krishna's matter, and after that I think up to print 35 there is the first portion of NOD preface, so you can get it immediately transcribed. The second part of the the second part of the preface I am sending here with already transcribed. So you join together these two portions and compose as preface. As preface, you can leave one page for dedication. In my next mail, I shall send the matter of dedication. Hope this will meet you in a good health. Your ever well vessel, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Jai. Yeah, Prabhuji. Sorry, can you just put down this letter? Yeah, he's just talking about Prabhupada is just talking about newspaper, like discussion between that yeah. So this is Prabhupada is talking about, like, this the newspaper, something between him and this Dr. Settle, and he just said we have to print like one about sorry. Yeah, he's just saying that about this Krishna conscious movement is the genuine Vedic way. Yes, and then I said we have to uh, we have to like put the pamphlet, help us like propaganda of Krishna consciousness, and to convince people that we have not manufactured something new to in the name of Krishna consciousness. So I said we have to print some pamphlet that where we have to convince the people, and then also saying that still in this country people are like in impression that that movement is another additional of the hippie movement, but he said after publication of pamphlet and distributing them very liberally, especially amongst education circles, and so yeah, so he's just talking about that to publication of the pamphlet and with amongst with the educated and businessmen and all other things. Yeah, and then he just talk about the book. This is not. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for explaining this letter. Okay. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this letter? Okay, so
Yeah, it's also talking about like Krishna conscious movement is Vedic way.
yes. Yes, so this is the Vedic way. This is the Varnashrama Dharma, which we have lost, and people are just bewildered and going through so much of modern ways. But Krishna consciousness keeps only the genuine way. We do not manufacture anything. This is Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam as it is, and Varnashrama Dharma, keeping Krishna in the center. But so many people in between, they have the main thing. Many people, they have produced different movies and songs like in their own ways. Or not all people are on the devotional, but who are not devotees, they produce movies and such kind of things in their own ways. That's why people are bewildered, diluted. The original Krishna consciousness is diluted. Now the Krishna, as part of ISKCON or Krishna consciousness movement, once again we are reviving this original Krishna consciousness again. This is the genuine Vedic way. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Like one of the film they have done very like which Devanand film they have like thing. It was very about Hare Krishna's name. They used it very differently. Isn't it? Like Krishna. There was one song they have put in one of the films.
Yeah, there is one song as well. Yes, Mataji. So likewise, they dilute the Krishna consciousness movement. These unscrupulous people, they will come and then they understand a little bit and they think that they have got so much of information and they produce something like which is not authentic. That way people are convinced, and whoever sees these movies, because that will change their mind. They think that that is the right because they have not seen anything before. That's why people are bewildered. But in the beginning, because the people consciousness is not pure, they are not in the proper Vedic way, they will be attracted. So this is the influence of age and the time period, the Kali, and one side Maya, it attracts the people. So many ways people are bewildered.
So I didn't understand that it's saying that impression another edition of the hippie movement. So I under the impression because of that film. Or
Uh, so during that time in 1960s, there is a hippie movement when Prabhupada was there. May people are not happy and they're doing whatever they wanted to do. That is kind of hippie thing. So, but here, Krishna consciousness, some people may be thinking like that. Many hippies are coming to Krishna consciousness, and then in order to give clear instructions, Prabhupada is asking to print that Krishna consciousness is the Vedic way. So here, and that this movement is another edition of people are under the impression that this movement is another edition of hippie movement. I think publication of this pamphlet and distributing them very liberal, and especially amongst educated circles, businessmen, foundations, authorities, it will do a great deal of help. So Prabhupada is suggesting that this the pamphlet, publishing the pamphlet and distributing in all these societies, it will help. And then this whenever once people understand this Krishna consciousness movement, they will be attracted because it is the most sublime movement throughout the world. There is no other movement which is giving uh, impartially. Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. So that is from the Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so coming Tuesday, our preaching practice session with Jafna Kanya Mataji at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. And tomorrow, that is the 16th of September, the Monday, Bipin Vihari Prabhuji is going to continue the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And it is hosted by Meena Mataji at 8 p.m. again. Okay, those are upcoming events. And dear devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly share.
the days like you said, Vaman Dwadasi. So
Yes,
like
yes.
breakfasting in Ekadasi, like you have to fast, like breakfast with an Ekadasi, eating
Uh,
Ekadasi food, or it doesn't matter.
so here we have to follow the local temple schedules. So we follow Bhaktivedanta Manner and according to the ISKCON calendar. So it is mentioned breakfast time is between 6:36 and 10:48. And because it is Vamana Dwadasi, and some people, when they were fasting yesterday for Ekadasi, and one has to fast until afternoon, the complete fast, and then maybe they can take some kind of water and fruit in the evening, and again they need to fast on the Dwadasi until afternoon. That is mentioned when we were reading about the Ekadasi yesterday. But actually, from the standard Ekadasi perspective, we do not take anything on Ekadasi day. But on the Dwadasi day, when appearances are like this, like Vamana Dwadasi, we also need to respect this appearance of Lord Vamana Deva. So possibly we may take some Ekadasi prasadam or liquid foods. So now it is already 7 o'clock, another 5 more hours until coming 12 o'clock. So we may take the milk or water, and then with once we can break the fast. This is what I think. So now if you are fasting without water yesterday, and you can take water at 6:36. So now we are already in this time period. We can take water or milk. If one cannot tolerate, take the fruits as well. And then if you stay until 12 o'clock, then you can take the prasadam made with grains.
Okay, thank you.
So whoever not fasting with like proper fast, so what they can do?
They can still continue with the same Ekadasi prasadam
Okay.
until 12 o'clock, and then later on they can take the grains prasadam.
Okay. Thank you.
But if you have taken the prasadam yesterday, but still if it is possible for you to fast until until afternoon, like a full fasting, and then you can break the fast. So just only 5 more hours. It's not a bit.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is kind of a full fasting again until afternoon. Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji. But these are different ways of yesterday we have read this one in the Ekadasi Vrata like that. Full fast until afternoon yesterday and full fast today again. But that is one angle, and another angle is from the Ekadasi point of view. On Ekadasi day, we do not take anything. That is the standard one. So to make both these things, combine both these things, there is a possibility how to fulfill both of these things. Of course, devotees are very intelligent to how to follow these injunctions. So by taking water and milk, so still one can sustain, and next few hours, if it is not possible, you can take those things. Depends on your bodily capacity: water, milk, fruits, and then Ekadasi prasadam. It is kind of observance. It is not a compulsory. You have to do it. It is observance. Ekadasi observance. Okay, so that is from the events perspective and updates perspective. And any other points, any other updates, dear devotees? Okay, if there are no further updates, then we shall move to the next part of our program, Shloka learning. Okay, so we have been in the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, verse number 10. So far we have been trying to practice the shlokas. It is called dharana. We are not going in the proper grammatical way. So we are trying to do the dharana, is the reciting the verses number of times so that we can remember very easily. So here, Sutta Goswami is explaining about different incarnations. In the last incarnation, that is the Panchama, that is the fifth incarnation. It is the Kapila Bhagavan. That is what we have practiced. Panchamaha Kapilo Nama Siddhesya Kal Viplutam Puravacha Sure Sankhim Tattvagrama Vinirnayam. So this verse we have recited. Hope devotees remember this verse still. Of course, if it is not coming to the smriti easily, once again, as soon as you hear, you will understand it. Panchamaha Kapilo Nama Siddhesya Kal Viplutam Pruvacha Sure Sankhim Tattvagrama Vinirnayam. The fifth incarnation, named Lord Kapila, is foremost among the perfected beings. He gave an exposition of the creative elements and metaphysics to Asri Brahmana. For in course of time, this knowledge had been lost. So this is what we have practiced in the last session. So today is the sixth incarnation. It is about the Dattatreya's incarnation. Dattatreya has appeared as the son of Atri and Ansuya Mata. And he has given the transcendental knowledge to the Hayhayas and Prahalada and many others, Yadus as well. So we shall start this one. So before we recite this verse, we shall offer our obeisances to Vasudeva. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। षष्ठम् अत्रेरपत्यत्वं पुरतः प्राप्तो अनसूययाम् अन्वीक्षिकीम् अलर्काय प्रह्लादिभ्य ऊचिवान्। षष्ठम् अत्रेः अपत्यत्वं पुरतः प्राप्तो अनसूयया अन्वीक्षिकीम् अलर्काय प्रह्लादिभ्य ऊचिवान्। प्रह्लाद आदिभ्य ऊचिवान्। So षष्ठम् अत्रेर् अपत्यत्वं पुरतः प्राप्तो अनसूयया अन्वीक्षिकीम् अलर्काय प्रह्लाद आदिभ्य ऊचिवान्. So the sixth incarnation of the Purusha was the son of the sage Atri. He was born from the womb of Anasuya, who prayed for an incarnation. He spoke on the subject of transcendence to Alarka, Prahlada, and others, Yadu and Haihaya, etc. So I request dear devotees, so kindly be familiar. I request you to take your turns and recite. Can I request Gauringi Mataji to start the recitation?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Satam Sastam Trera Patyatam Brita Prapto Anusuyaya Ambhisiki Malakaryaya Pralada Dibya Usivan Sastamatrera Patyatam Brita Prapto Anusuyaya Anvaisiki Malakaryaya Pralada Dibya Usivan Sastam Trera Patyatam Brita Prapto Anusuyaya Anvaisiki Malakaryaya Pralada Dibya Usivan. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So this is Sastam Atrera Patyatvam Vrudah Prapto Anusuyaya Anvikshakim Alarkaya Prahladibhya Uchivan. So simple and easy. Thank you, Mataji. Can I request next Meena Mataji? Take your turn.
षष्ठम् अत्र प्रयत्तत्वं वृत्तं प्राप्तो अनसूयया अन्वीक्षे किम् अलकाय प्रहादादीप्य ऊचिवान् षष्ठम् अत्रे प्रयत्तत्वं वृत्तं प्राप्तो अनसूयया अन्वीक्षे किम् अलकाय प्रहादादीप्य ऊचिवान् षष्ठम् अत्रे प्रत्यत्वं वृत्तं प्राप्तो अनसूयया अन्वीक्षे किम् अलकाय प्रहादादीप्य ऊचिवान्.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice recitation. Can I request next Usha Mataji?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Sashtamatreyapatyakam Vrita Prapto Anusuyaya Anvikshikam Allarkarya Prahladadipya Ujivan Sashtamatreyapatyakam Vrita Prapto Anusuyaya Anvikshikam Allarkarya Prahladadipya Ujivan Sashtamatreyapatyakam Vrita Prapto Anusuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Prahladaditya Ujivan.
Very perfect. Thank you, Mataji. So, Sastam Atrera Patyatvam Vritah Prapto Anasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Prahladibhya Vuchivan. So, this is the Sastam. Sastam Atre Apachyatvam Apachyatvam. When we combine read it, Apachyatvam. And here when we see separately the ra sound, it will become ha sound here. Atrehe, the ha visarga comes here. And Sastam Apachyatvam. Combinedly Apachyatvam. When we split different words, Atrehe Apachyatvam. Sastam Atrerapachyatvam Vrutah Prapto Anasuyaya. Vrutah Prapto Anasuyaya. So Vrutaha is prayed for, Prapto is obtained, Anasuyaya, and by Anasuya Devi. Vrutaha Prapto Anasuyaya. Anvikshikim. Anvikshikim. Anvikshikim is the subject of transcendence. Alarkaya is the person unto Alarka, and Prahlada and Adibhya unto others. Adibhya means other people as well. And Vuchivan, he spoke. Prahladibhya Vuchivan. So this is, can I request devotees take a turn and then dovetail these lines, the Sanskrit lines. करेंगे माताजी? The first line, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Would you like to describe the first line, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. I cannot, Prabhuji. I will try, Prabhuji. The Sastama, the sixth one, art of art, Atri, Upatya, Upatyatam,
Apatyatam.
Apatyatam, sonship. This is Prabhuji, isn't it? Yeah. The sixth one, six of them, then six of remote, then Atre Rishi, probably this one, Rishi.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Then I didn't see the book, that's why the sixth incarnation of the person. So, yeah. Yeah. The sixth said, and Atri Rishi is the sonship. That one I don't understand, Prabhuji. Cannot try, Prabhuji. I will later, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I don't have a book right now. That's why.
Yeah, I can
If
read
I
this
saw
line.
the book, then maybe I can little bit try.
So this is in the first line, you can read this line, Mataji.
First line, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Six, seven, six.
Incarnation.
Yeah. I cannot, Prabhuji, sorry.
Yes, so this is the sixth incarnation of the Purusha, was the son of sage Atri Maharshi. So here, this is the Dattatreya. So son of Atri Maharshi is Dattatreya. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared in the incarnation of Dattatreya, it is the sixth incarnation of the Purusha, was the son of sage Atri. That is Sastam Atrehe Apatyatum. Apatyatum is the being a child, the child of Atri, the son of Atri Maharshi. Okay, thank you, Mataji. Next is the Vrataha Prapto Anasuyaya. Can I request next Meena Mataji to?
So Vrata means being prayed for. Being prayed for, Prapta, obtained, Anasuya, by Ansuya. So here is saying that after praying, like, to the God, like, I know when they has very small little, like Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh came to Ansuya, and then afterward they have born as a Dattatreya, like, prayed by Ansuya. They had the form of the Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, isn't it? Like Dattatreya.
Yes.
So after, yeah.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Because
So,
like, I heard that story that Brahma is, and they make them very small, like very very 1 days or 2 days child, and then they won't fix like, something from him without naked. So at that time Ansuya made him, and then he has made like their children, and afterwards when they have to go, like, and because he has motherhood with their children, because they made them, and afterwards born as a Dattatreya by his son.
yes,
So yeah,
very beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yeah, that is another pastime of when the Anasuya was worshipping her husband, as with so much of great devotion to her husband, Atri Maharshi. Anasuya is the daughter of Devhuti and Kardama Prajapati. So Anasuya, she has learned all these things from her parents, and she followed them in the same way. When after marrying to Atri Maharshi, she worshipped Atri Maharshi with so much of great and devotion. And when Narada Muni was saying this one, about the Anasuya Mata, she is the greatest personality. And then Lakshmi Devi and Saraswati, goddess, they wanted to test, and they have requested their husbands, uh, you go and test this Anasuya Mata, whether whether she is really the greatest personality or not. Just a woman, Pativrata. And then when they were asking this thing, like, so they go to the alms for begging, and then saying that they say, okay, please come inside and have the prasad. Then they say, but we have a condition that uh, you have to serve it nakedly. Then Ansuya Mata was thinking, and then thinking of her husband only, and then going to her husband and take the permission of her husband. Then she came, and her husband gave the permission. Every moment she is thinking of her husband. This is the power of chastity of a woman. All her chastity in the worshipping of her husband. If a woman does things, even that is good things, without the permission of her husband, it may not be complete. You have to take the permission of permission of a husband. Then anything will become perfect. Even though there are small faults, it will be rectified by the Lord. First thing is that likewise Aditi Mata prayed to her husband, followed exact instructions as Kashyapa Prajapati. Then she got Vamana Deva as her son. And but whereas Diti Mata, uh, even though husband Kashyap Prajapati is saying to Diti, she did not listen. So she did not listen. Later on, she realized, after not following the instructions of Kashyap, she got the Hiranyakshipu and Hiranyaksha, the demonic sons. And later on, she realized her mistake and then asked for forgiveness to Kashyap Prajapati and also Lord Shankara. And later on, Kashyap Prajapati, by looking at her compassionate, looking at her realization that what mistake she has done, and respect for the husband and to the Lord Shiva, so he mentioned that your grandson is going to be a pure devotee of the Lord. That way you will get it. You will be benefited. So here, what is the important here is the following the instructions from the authority. Authority is again the father, mother, and husband, and spiritual master. These are authorities, and scriptures is the authorities. So one has to follow scriptural injunctions. So they have followed Vritaha Prapto Anasuyaya, and following the scriptural injunctions, they both Atri Maharshi and Anasuya Mata prayed to the Lord. And then the Lord has appeared in their womb as Dattatreya. And then here in this pastime, Anasuya Mata made Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara as the small children, and later on they could not return back to the abodes of Brahma and Shiva and then Vaikuntha. So Lakshmi Devi, Parvati, and mm, Saraswati, they went and then asked for. So they came to know the senses that Anasuya Mata is the chastity woman. She devoted to her husband. Then, on their request, again, the Anasuya Mata returned the three children, babies to, and then made them to again back to normal. That is the power of the chastity of a woman. Everything is in the worshipping of her husband with love and devotion more than anything else.
How powerful is it? It's made good like it's like small children. So how powerful is Sansuya Mata?
Yes. So this is everything is in the one has to perform his duties perfectly. That is the only thing. All the powers is in the execution of one's duty.
Yeah, it's good.
So that duty according to the scriptural injunctions. Then one will attain all kinds of siddhis and everything. Otherwise, yah shastram vidhim utsrujya vartate kamakaratah. If one does not follow the shastras and perform all the activities, na siddhim avapno, na sukham, na shantim param gatim, na sa siddhim avapnoti. He does not get any siddhis. Na sukham, no peacefulness. Na shantim, no comforts or no peacefulness. Param gatim, even no ultimate benedictions. He doesn't get anything if he doesn't follow the instructions of the authority and shastras. So one has to follow all the time shastric injunctions, instructions of the spiritual master, instructions of the father, instructions of the husband. Then all your activities will become complete. Even though as a devotees, we have to do the activities on the permission of the husband. Things will be perfect. That is the pure authenticated way. So that is Vrata Prapto Anusuyaya. Anusuyaya is one of the greatest personality, the just woman. Okay, so thank you so much, Meena Mataji, for bringing that pastime. Can I request Usha Mataji next? Anvikshim Alarkaya.
Unwitching on the subject of transcendence, and Allah Kaya is on to Alarka. Alarka, I don't know who's the Alarka. Is the so the Dattatreya, he spoke to the Alarka and Prahlada like transcendence knowledge. So I don't know where this Alarka. The Alarka.
Thank you, Mataji. So we see this is only in this place. I don't see anywhere else. This Alarka is mentioned in the only one place. See here, Alarkaya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe I'll find out that even I don't know much about Alarka. So here, Dattatreya, he was in the kind of Avadhuta form. The Lord, whenever he appears, since his childhood, he is always in his position, the transcendental position, and in this form, he has given. I think there are I think in the 11th canto or 12th canto, in the Srimad Bhagavatam explains that Avadhuta, he says, he come across, I think, to the Prahlad, I think. Prahlad asks so many questions. How you become so tolerant, and who taught you all these things? Then the Lord speaks, the Avadhuta speaks, I have learned tolerance from the trees. I have learned from the python. This is without doing anything, I am being maintained by the Lord. My body is maintained by the Lord. Likewise, there are many instructions like different gurus in the nature that is spoken to Prahlad. That would be seen in the 11th or 12th cantos. I haven't seen, I have just simply heard from when Gauranga Darshan Das Prabhuji was speaking on the Bhagavad Pravaha. So at that time, I just have heard long time back. So we need to, this is Avadhuta form. This is the Dattatreya. He spoke the transcendental knowledge to Alarkaya. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. And we have got Mruda Sachi Mataji. Would you like to, Mataji, recite these verses 3 times? Um,
Hare Krishna Bhakti. Okay, Prabhuji.
so this one, Sastam Atrerapatyatum Vrutah Prapto Anasuyaya Anvikshekim Alarkaya Prahladibhya Vuchivan. Would you like to recite this verse 3 times, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tastam atra apatyavam vrata prapto nasuyaya anaviksim alakarya prahada vir uchivan. Tastam atre apatyavam vrita prapto nasuyaya anaviksim alarakya prahada vi uchivam. Sastam atre apatyavam vrita prapto nasuyaya anuviksim alarakya prahada divya uvichavan. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. You have tried your level best. Very nice. Sastam Atrera Apatyatvam. Sastam Atrera Apatyatvam. Vrutah Prapto Anasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Prahladibhya Prahlad Adibhya Vuchivan. Prahlada Adibhya Vuchivan. So when we are not sure of the each verses, which words, then we see that synonyms, the words have been split, and Prahlada Adibhya Vuchivan and Alarkaya Anvikshikim, and here Sastam Atrehe Apatyatvam. Apatyatvam, this is just only the twisting the tongue. When we say Apatyatvam, it will twist the tongue. And Vrutaha, Praptaha, Anusuyaya, Anvikshikim. So like that. Devotees, if you have got any questions here in this, the letters are pronouncing these sounds, kindly raise or ask these questions. So this is system. Sometimes we may see it is pronounced as tha, but it is tha. Sastam. Sastam atrehe. So here one thing, when we are seeing the what is that one? This is Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhotale. That is not Prastaya Bhotale. Preshtaya Bhotale. Preshta is the pleasure, for the pleasure of spiritual master. Preshta. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhotale. Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve. Saraswati Deve. Saraswati Deve. Not Saraswati. Saraswati Deve. Gauravani Pracharini. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi. Paschatya Deshatarini. So here I am mentioning here Preshtaya Bhotale. Here Sastam. This is Shta. Tha. It is the second tha. This is the tha. Sometimes in English there is no stressing of tha. It comes like more air comes from the throat while pronouncing tha. Sastam atrera apatyatvam. Twisting the tongue here. Vrutaha. This is so or under or there is a dot. It comes as a, these are called, I don't know what is it is called in the grammar. Anyone knows this one? This is a sudi. What is sudi in the another language, Telugu language it is called. But in the Sanskrit or English, if it is called, if you know something else in English, I don't know what it is called. It is kind of a voweling sound. So that mixing with the vowels. So vrutaha prapto anasuya. When there is apostrophe before the word, there we have to substitute alphabet a anasuyaya, and then anvikshikim. So this is the KSI. This is the kshi. It is not C. No S sound there. It is kshi. Anvikshi kim alarkaya. This is the Anvikshi kim alarkaya. And Prahlada adibhyaha Vuchivan. So Prahlada and many others, Vuchivan. He spoke the transcendental knowledge. So this is the Sanskrit word. Any questions, dear devotees, you wanted to add or you wanted to ask? Okay. And can you request Mrida Sasi Mataji, would you like to split these words and say what do you understand from this line? Fourth line of the verse. Mrida Sasi Mataji. Okay, so that is Prahlada Adibhya Uchivan. So the Lord spoke to Prahlada and many others that transcendental knowledge. Okay, that is the meaning of it. So and now, dear devotees, if you have got any unfamiliar words, please let me know. Otherwise, I request devotees again take the turns to recite it the 3 times. This is the Smriti, Dharana, doing it again and again, twisting the tongue, and then we will remember the sound vibrations and everything. It will come only by practicing only. So Gaurigi Mataji, would you like to turn again, do it 3 times and also try to remember later on? I request you to do it without looking as well.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji, I will try, Prabhuji. Sashtamatreya apatyatam Brita prapno anusuyaya Anvechikamalara kaya praladibhya uchivan Sashtamatreya apatyatam Brita prapno anusuyaya Anvechiki malakarya praladibhya uchivan Sastramatra Tom Brita Prabno Anusuyaya Anvesikim Malarakaya Pralada Divya Ujivan. So I'll try Prabhuji without him.
Yes, Mataji.
Sastamatreda Patyatam Sastamatreda Pratyatam Brita Prapno Anusuyaya An Prabhuji look now. Anvichika Mata Kaya Pralada Kandu Prabhuji.
Look at Mataji.
Yeah. Pralada Divya Uchivan Sastramatira Parantoya Brita Prapno Anusuyaya Anvichira again. Anvichikimalarakaya Pralada Uchivan. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Can't do properly.
Yeah, I'll come back to you, Mataji. So yeah, you have tried very nicely. So now next time you need to, I'll come again in a circle. By the time you practice and remember this verse. Can I request Meena Mataji again 3 times and then without looking? And dear devotees behind the ground, you kindly practice and try to remember. Meena Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Sastam atreva prayatatvam vritam prapto anasuyaya anvikshi alakaya pralada adibhya uchivam sastam atreva prayatatvam vritam prapto anasuyaya anavikshi alakaya pralada adibhya uchivam sastam atre prayatvam prayatatvam vrutam prapto anasuyaya anvikshi alakaya pralada adibhya uchivan. Say
Try Mataji without looking. Or you want a time?
Sastam atreva prayatatvam vrutam prapto anasuya anavikshim alakaya pralada aditya ujivan.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So I'll come back to you once again later on. By the time you keep practicing this one, at the time you need to recite without looking. And the next, Usha Mataji, would you like to take your turn?
Yes, sir. Sastamatrayapathyatvam Rita Praptonasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Praladadipya Ujivan Sastamatrayapathyatvam Rita Praptonasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Praladadipya Ujivan Sastamatrayapathyatvam Rita Praptonasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya Prahlada Uchivan. I try Prabhu with that looking. Sastamatrayapathyatvam Rita Praptonasuyaya Anvikshikim Alarkaya प्रह्लादादिभ्य ऊचिवान्.
Perfect. So when you are reciting 3 times without looking, that means you have by hearted this. So you will never ever forget again. It will keep coming into your smriti. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautifully recited and remembering this verse. Now, Mruda Satya Mataji, would you like to recite again? If you are available. Okay. It seems Mataji is not available. Now, going in a circle to Gaurangi Mataji. Are you ready?
Little bit, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Sashrama Artira Tyattatam Sashramatira Tattatam Brita Prapnoti Anusuyaya Anvichera Anvichikitam Tomakaya Pralada Dibya Uchivan Sashramatira Tyatam Brita Prapnoti Prapto Anusuyaya Anvichi Kinara. Probably this one is difficult for me. Anvichi Kimala Kaya Praladibhya Uchivan. Again, Sashama Ratira Tatatam Brita Prapno Anusuyaya Anvichira Kamalartaya
Anvikshikim Alarkaya.
Anvichikim Alakaya Anvichikim Alakaya Pralada Dibya Uchivan. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank
Again
you.
and again, can't do it.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So keep practicing it. Can you request Meena Mataji next?
Even
Would you like to go?
this, yeah. Sastam atre prayatatvam vrutam prapto anasuya anavikskim alakaya pralad adibhya uchivan. It's okay.
Yes, Mataji. So once again, without looking.
Sastam atre prayatatvam vrutam. Sorry,
Atre Rapatyatvam.
apatat. Okay. Sastam atre apatatvam vrutam prapto anasuya anavikshikam alakaya pralad adibhya uchivan.
And here it is the Vritaha. Vritaha Prapto Anasuyaya and Anvikshikim Alarkaya.
Vrutaha or
Vritaha.
Vrutaha prapto anasuya anavikskim alakaya.
This is Anvikshikim.
Anvikshikim, yeah. Anvikshikim alakaya pralad adibhya uchivan.
And once again, Mataji.
Sastam atre paratatvam
Apatyatvam.
Sorry. Sastam atre apatratvam vrutam prapto anasuya anavikskim alakaya pralad adibhya uchivan.
This one, Vritaha Anvikshikim. Again.
Anvisik.
Yes, again.
Sastam atra apatrayam. Sastam atra apatrayam vrutam prapto anasuya anaviksikam
Anvikshikim.
anviksikam alakaya pralad adibhya uchivan.
Yes, so this is Sastam Atre Apatyatvam. So tongue will twist a little bit. This is Apatyatvam.
Okay.
Apatyatvam. This is Vrataha Prapto Anasuyaya Anvikshikim. Alarka Prahladibhi Uchivan.
Pralad adibhya uchivan.
Very beautiful. Usha Mataji, would you like to do it again now? So,
Yes, Prabhu. साष्टामत्रेरपत्यत्वं वृतः प्राप्तो अनसूयया आन्वीक्षिकीम् अनर्पाय प्रह्लादादीप्य ऊचिवान्.
perfect. Once again, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. षष्ठमपत्रत्ये sorry. Sorry, Prabhu. षष्ठमत्रेरपत्यत्वं वृतः प्राप्तो अनसूयया आन्वीक्षिकीम् अनर्पाय प्रह्लादादीप्य ऊचिवान्.
Yeah, perfect. So it is easy. So when we keep trying it, it will come. So otherwise, the tongue will, on time, we cannot twist the tongue. So we keep doing that one.
Yes.
Sastamatre rapatyatvam vritah prapto anasuyaya anvikshikim alarkaya prahladibhya uchivan. So this is dharana. So these are very small verses. But if the Brahmanas are sitting and learning the Rigveda mantra, and those mantras are very long. They have to remember very long, and it contains so many of twisting the tongues and pronouncing the words. It is very difficult. But they sit and do it. That is how this knowledge has been given from the gurus by the sound vibrations. Because when they keep on doing it, they will never ever forget about it. Practicing and practicing dharana. That's why we have received all the mantras, Vedic sounds, all the Puranas, everything through the sound vibrations. And Vyasadeva has so mercifully, he has put into the literatures. So writing into the Thalapatras and then preserved it. And many of his disciples have been giving this through his disciples, like that it is spread. Now we have got this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all the Puranas, Upanishads, everything. Okay, so that's why it's twisting the tongue, practicing again and again. That way we remember in the Smriti, because it needs to be done in the young age. Now we are all big children. We are almost more than spent a lot of time in the materialistic life. Now to twist our tongue, we need to give more practice. Okay, so thank you so much, dear devotees. Can I request any devotee to read the little purport?
Can I read?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay. The Lord Incarnation himself is Dattatreya, the son of Rishi Atri and Ansuya. The history of the birth of Dattatreya as an as an incarnation of the Lord is mentioned in the Brahmanand in Brahman Purana is in
Brahmanda Puranam.
Brahmanand. Okay, Brahmanand.
Brahmanda Puranam. Brahmanda Puranam.
Brahman Purana. Brahman Purana is connected with the story of the devoted wife. It is said there that Ansuya, the wife of Rishyantri, prayed before the Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva as follows: My lords, if you are pleased with me, and if you desire me to ask from you some sort of blessing, then I pray that you combine together to become my son. This was accepted by the Lord, and as Dattatreya, the Lord expounded the philosophy of the spiritual soul and especially instructed Alaraka, Pralada, Yadu, Hayaya, etc.
Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Mataji. Hi, Hayas. So this is where Kartavirya Arjuna comes into this dynasty. And so here he got the mercy of Dattatreya, but he was punished by the Parashurama later on. And here Dattatreya, so here when we see Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they are Gunavataras of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Again, that in the form of Dattatreya, they are combined form. So when the Lord appears as Dattatreya, so he is the combined form of Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. Some people still they worship Dattatreya in India, in some temples. I think in southern India, I see one of the temple.
In Gujarat, there is one of the city, Gujarat, Junagadh, I don't know where you heard. There is people the top of the mountain, they keep this Dattatreya worship. Everybody go there, top of the mountain. Oh, very big, nice.
Yes.
Good message.
And Dattatreya has so many guru, and he's like God has also like dog is also guru. He has made dog. He has many of the guru.
I think there are 25 gurus, something like that. I need to find that one. I don't remember exactly. So Dattatreya, let me just check.
So like, why is especially instructed? So why they have instructed to become a Dattatreya, like Alakra?
I think like Narad Muni, he goes to different. So this is the one thing. 24, my 24 gurus. So this is what this is. So here, 12th John. The story of Dattatreya somehow came to my mind and I request me. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto. About 24 gurus of Dattatreya and how the sage learned from each of them and treated them as his guru. I am summarizing them below. Sri Dattatreya had 24. They are he told King Yadu, the earth, air or breeze, sky, fire, sun, pigeon, python, sea, moth, elephant, and fish, Pingala, the courtesan, arrow maker, infant, playful boy, the moon, honeybee, deer, bird of prey, maiden, serpent, spider, caterpillar, and water are my 24 preceptors. There is no dog there.
Yeah, something. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
An ant of the face and all this. Okay.
Yes, so these are the 24 gurus. But anyway, so this is in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. We will explore these topics later on. Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing those 24 gurus information. Any other questions, dear devotees? You wanted to add to this purport, or you wanted to ask any questions before we?
Does that deity have the dog, like that Durga Ma have a lion and everything? So Dattatreya have a dog, Prabhu? Is Dattatreya incarnation?
Yes, so those four dogs next to the Dattatreya, they are
Mm-hmm.
the Vedas, four Vedas, and
Okay.
and he appears to so many people in bewildering way. The Dattatreya story is so wonderful that unless one is with pure mind and goes here, but Lord tests them very, very severely. And he appears like a drunkard man, and he appears like a in the graveyard, he's looking after the corpses like that. It appears he appears like that for demonic people, and he also tests the devotees. But later on, he will show his original form. And there is a Anagavrata. Anaga is the one kind of all the scriptural injunctions. Uh, Anaga Devi is the form of all the scriptures. So she is the consort of Dattatreya. So it is not he married to a woman, but here Anaga Devi is all the scriptural injunctions in the form of Anaga Devi. And for the dogs or the Vedas, they're all serving Dattatreya. That we see in a different pastimes. There is a Datta Darshanam, there is a movie also mentioned, and where even the Kartaviri Arjuna, he worships Anaga Devi and Dattatreya, and then he got the mercy of it, mercy from the Lord. Separate process is there. Vratam, Anaga Devi, Dattatreya are to be worshipped in a particular process like that. Okay, so thank you, Mataji. So any other additions you wanted to add?
Why is it instructed? Why instructed by Allah?
Uh, so why instructed means
You would explain philosophy of instructed. So that's why he just take what?
yes, like Narada Muni, he goes to the king's different places and he gives the knowledge to them with so much of compassionate. So that is the way. Otherwise, we cannot receive the knowledge from anyone else. Only Lord only can speak.
Okay, thank you.
And here, and we also see some part of Mahabharat that even Yudhishthira, Krishna also mentioned about Dattatreya that Yudhishthira also performed this kind of Dattatreya Vrata, and so such kind of things we hear it, but I need to say from the scriptural injunctions, from the where it is mentioned exactly the verses, Sanskrit verses, then I can see it. But I have heard only. I will share that details later on. Okay, so Dattatreya is the sixth incarnation of the Lord. Okay, that is Sastam Matrir Pachyatvam Vrutah Prapto Anusuyaya Anvikshiki Malarkaya Prahladibhya Vuchivan. Okay, that is from the dear devotees. If you are all happy, we shall conclude our session for today and continue with further japa. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटिवैष्णववृन्द की जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्ण
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
For nice I remember now. Sloka. This one and try.
Super relaxing. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji. By Guru's mercy and Prabhupada's mercy, we are all here discussing something on Srimad Bhagavatam, learning something.
I
Yes,
don't know. I have to
Prabhu.
finish it and it will be stay. Otherwise, it will be forget again.
Yeah. So this is a little bit of time to remember this verses, trying to practice. And then when we are trying it, then when we are working like in the kitchen or something household thing, these verses will come to this word. Sastramatra Pachyatpam. While doing the work, then we will practice these verses, some letters, some words you'll remember. And then that way you will be able to remember the entire verse.
Yeah. Chapter 1, Canto 3 and 10, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji. Chapter Canto 1, chapter 3, verse number 11.
Was 11, not 10.
Yes. So all these descriptions they give wherever we go. For example, if you see the trees and birds and all these things mentioned in the scriptures, for example, Kailasa mountain, when we see these birds, Parvata, Nyanyubruta, Sarasa, Chakravaka, Datut, Hamsa, Supaditri, Barihinam, Yaha, Kola, Halo Viramati, Achiramatra Muchaihi, Brungadipe, Harikatami, Vagayamani. When the birds are chirping by looking at pigeons in different places, these are birds are the Vaikuntha birds. They are chirping here. And bumblebees, they are Vaikuntha bees. Likewise, we remember. And likewise, when we remember Kailasa mountain, the demigods see there so many birds and trees and siddhas and women and there Janmaushadi Tapo Mantra Yoga Siddhaihi Raihi Justam Kinnara Gandharvaihi Apsarobihi Vrutam Sadam Nana Manimanaihi Srungaihi Nana Dhatu Vichitrataihi Nana Drumalata Gulmaihi Nana Mrugagana Avrutaihi नानामलप्रश्रवणैः नानाकन्दरसानुभिः रमणं विहरन्तीनं रमणैः सिद्धयोषितम्. And then coming to the so many of the birds, मयूरकेकाभिरुतं मदान्दालिविमूर्छितं प्लावितैः रक्तकण्ठानां पूजितैश्च पतत्रिणम्. And coming to the birds, and also these birds, all this environment is inviting them for the birds to come and sit on their trees and then enjoy. Ahvayantam ivodhaistaihi द्विजान् कामदुगैः ध्रुमैः व्रजन्तिमिव मातङ्गैः आह्वयन्तमिवोद्धस्तैः द्विजान् कामदुगैः ध्रुमैः व्रजन्तमिव मातङ्गैः निर्गतम्. This is what is that? Jalpatas, the water flows, they are falling down. So it is so with so much of beautiful sounds. Gurunantam nirgaraihi, gurunantimiva nirgaraihi. And that is about the Jalapatas in the forest. Very beautiful scenario. It is explained. And the flowers are mentioned. What are the flowers? Mandaraihi parijataisham saralaisha upashobhitam tamala salatalaisha kovidara asunajjunaihi चूतैः कदम्बैः नीपैश्च नागपुन्नागचम्पकैः पाटल अशोकवकुलैः कुन्दैः कुरवकैरपि. These are again different flower trees. Kunda, Kurvaka, and Mandara, Parijata, Sarala, Tamala, Salatala, Kovidara, Arjuna, and Patala Ashoka. These are very beautiful trees. The and what else we have got? Kumud Utpalaka, Lara, Setapatra, Vanariddibihi, Nalinishu Kalamku, Jet Kagaprundo, Pashobhitam. And then further to explain those things, Swarnarna Setapatresha, Vararenukajatibihi, Kubjaihi Mallikabhisha, Madhivibhisha Manditam. Madhavi, Kubja flowers, Mallika flowers, Madhavi flowers, Panas Udumbara Ashwadha, Plakshanyagrodhingubihi, Burjaihi, Voshadibihi, Pugaihi, Rajpugaihi Jambubihi. Rajpugaihi Jambubihi. Jambu is the another blackish berries that we eat, very beautiful, tasty ones. These are all appearing in the Kailasa mountains, and they are all very auspicious trees. And Kajura Amrita Amrajaihi Priyala Maduka Ingudaihi Drumajatibihi Anyesha Rajitam Venukichakaihi. There are many trees. Amritaka is the mango trees. Kajura trees. Kajura Amritaka Amrajaihi Priyala Maduka Ingudaihi. See, so many trees names we hear from the scriptural point of view. Now many trees we do not see here. And there are so much of bamboo trees. Rajitam Venukichakaihi. They are all making the sounds. And then Mrugaihi Saka Mrudaihi. Mrugaihi Saka Mrugaihi Krodaihi. Mrugendraihi Rukshaselyakaihi. Ruksha, they are the lions and also bears. Rukshaselyakaihi Gavayaihi Sarabaihi Vyagraihi. Sarabaihi Vyagraihi. Rurubihi Mahishadibihi. Karnandra Ekapada Aswasyaihi. निर्जुष्टुमृकनाभिभिः कदलीकण्डसमृद्ध नलिनीपुलिनश्रियम्. Nalini very beautiful things. They are explaining the scenario of all these mountains. Vrukanabibihi, a separate deer which has got on his belly, there is a kind of kasturi, which gives so much of so much of smell. Even that deer itself is attracted by its smell. It is so intoxicating. Still, we find in the shops that kasturi kind of thing. It is a very, very good smell. And then these are the kind of different animals are being explained. And many of the apsarasas, they come along with their concerts and they take bath in there, and they have got kunkuma, and the elephants are coming and drinking the water which is mixed with the water. The kunkuma is mixed with the water when they took the bath. Yat snana vibrusta nava kunkuma pinjaram vitrishopi pibantyantaha payanto gajagajihi. Even though they are not thirsty, these elephants come and drink that water, so sweet. That kunkuma, nava kunkuma pinjaram. The yat snana vibhrusta, when they're taking bath, all the kunkuma on their body, it is mixed with the water. Yat snana vibhrusta nava kunkuma pinjaram vitrishopi pibantyantaha. And even though they are not thirsty, they are drinking. Payanto gajagajihi. These elephants and the male elephants and female elephants, they drink that water. So that is very beautifully explained. Raktakanta kaganim swaramandita shatpadam kalahamsa kulapreshtam karadhanda jalasayam. See these kalahamsas, they are all enjoying with their birds mixing together. Kalaham kulapreshtam karadhanda jalasayam raktakanta kaganim. And the birds with the reddish neck, they are Raktakanta Ghaganim Swaramandita Shatpadam. Their chirping of their bird sound is so beautiful. It is making entire element so pleasing. By staying there, it attracts the people to enjoy more and pleasing to the heart. So these things, when we are seeing the birds, trees, and everything, we remember immediately Bhagavatam and what is happening in the Kailas and so many demigods, and remembering the Vaikuntha and how beautiful the Goloka Vrindavana. So this is why we remember these verses. As soon as we enter into the material world, we remember these things. And also, not only hearing this, there are so many hidden instructions for us. That means we need to respect each and every tree and each and every living entity. And what is my duty towards other living entities based on my constitutional position. This is the hidden information. One side it is the pleasing, other side is the learning things to the life. This is the Vedic civilization. But all other religions, they don't give all this information. Is that much pleasing to hear about all this nature and hidden that there are so many of learning points? This is called Aryan civilization. And and also devotees who are progressing in the spiritual relations, the devotees, they are the Vaishnavas who are living in the society and practicing going to the temples. This is Aryan civilization. And yogis in the temples, yogis in the forests, and also santas, they are going in the kind of parivrajakas. So they are another kind of devotees. All are devotees of the Lord. Everyone are progressing, connecting to only single point of object, Krishna. When that center point is not there, people are scattered. There is no chaos in this world. Sorry, we have gone too far. Thank you so much, Usha Mataji, Meena Mataji, and Gauringi Mataji, Mrida Sachi Mataji. So just asking a few things, we enter into so many of the beautiful points into Srimad Bhagavatam and Vaikuntha planets. Okay, so if you're all happy, so we shall continue with our further japa.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for your time. That's nice, Slokas. So nice. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So you are here and you are so merciful to me. So even I'm able to remember some of these things. First times remembering the
Yeah,
Lord.
Prabhu, you remember a lot so much, Sloka. I don't know how you remember, Prabhu. Hmm.
You were saying that this sloka is very good for 1 to 20, 19 or 29.
That is the 1 to 29, Mataji, of this third chapter. 1 to Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 3, verses 1 to 29. And the 29th verse, it is mentioned that whoever recites this one in the morning and evening, all of their problems will be, see, get relief from all the miseries of life. So
We
whoever
have to read
carefully recites
translated
the
or just that we have to read only sloka every morning and translated or just sloka?
it is the shlokas, it is the main thing. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life. So 1 to 29 shlokas. So we will be completing, we'll go to until end of this 44 shlokas are there. And this is where we stop our learning of the shlokas practicing. Unless after that it depends on the devotee's request. So until then we keep continuing our learning things. So still 30 more weeks means around 60 weeks. It will go for more than a year again.
There are total is 44, but we have to recite 29.
Yes. So if you recite until 29, that would be good. That is minimum thing. If you are reciting all 44 verses, that is wonderful as well. This chapter is entire summary of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Suta Goswami gives all the incarnations and also whoever understands what is the form of the Lord and about the Bhagavatam, and then where Suta Goswami has heard the Srimad Bhagavatam uh, from when Sukadeva Goswami is reciting to Parikshit. So Suta Goswami heard that carefully and he is speaking that one same to Saunakadi sages. So all these things, this is kind entire summary of Srimad Bhagavatam. If you recite Sanskrit, that is minimum. If you want to do in English also, that is well and good. And if you wanted to fulfill any of your desires, then there is another Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 9. It is the Brahma's prayers. And there Lord spoke, Yayetam, whoever recites this.
Repeat which chapter? Third chapter?
This is third canto. Let me just show that one. In the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeyeteena pumanityam स्तुत्वा स्तोत्रेण मां भजेत् तस्याः सम्प्रसीदेयं सर्वकाम वरेश्वरः. I will fulfill all the desires of the devotees. It is the 9th chapter, that Brahma's prayers. So here 1 to 25 slokas, it is Brahma prays to the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And then later on, Lord says to Brahma saying that, see, I am very much pleased. Okay, here he says that I grant you all benedictions in your desire to glorify the planets by your activities. And then any human being who prays like Brahma and who thus worships me shall very soon be blessed with the fulfillment of all his desires, for I am the Lord of all benedictions. So you can pray and 1 to 25 slokas in this one, and then you can put any of your desires as a plea. You can ask any benedictions from the Lord.
This is third canto.
Yes, it is the third canto, chapter 9.
Chapter 9.
And also, if we have performed any sinful activities, we need to get relief from the sinful activities. And there is another one in the third canto, chapter 18 and 19. The battle between the Varaha Deva and the Hiranyaksha, and whoever hears this one, then even the killing of Brahmana, he will be free from all such kind of. So here, this is for Brahmanas. Anyone who hears chants or takes pleasure in wonderful narration of killing of the Hiranyaksha demon by the Lord who appeared as the firstborn in order to deliver the world is at once relieved of the results of sinful activities, even the killing of Brahmana. This is another Palashruti. So, chapter 18 and 19, you can see it is very beautiful chapters, the fighting between the Lord and Hiranyaksha. And not only that, and this most sacred narrative confers extraordinary merit.
Sorry, chapter 3, canto 18 and 19.
18 and 19, two chapters.
For chapter 3, yeah? Canto 18.
This is mentioned in the 19th, but the fighting between Hiranyaksha and the Lord starts from the 18th chapter. Two chapters we can read. And so there it mentions confers extraordinary merit, wealth, fame, longevity, and all objects of one's desire. On the field of battle, it promotes the strength of one's vital organs and organs of action. Who listens to it at the last moment of his life is transferred to the supreme abode of the Lord. Dear Sonika, these are the Palashrutis. There are many of these things, so that's why this is the Nigamakalpa Tarur Ghalitam Palam. Sukmukad Amrita Drava Samgitam Pivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Raska Bhi Bhavukaha. It is the desire fulfilling to Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why we need to take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam.
So, chapter 18 and 19, what's the name of the chapter called?
Chapter name is the 19th chapter name is Killing of the Demon Hiranyaksha, and 18th chapter
Your voice is breaking down, so killing of the demon.
battle between both and the demon Hiranyaksha. Sorry, Mataji, you mentioned something.
No, I said that your voice was breaking, but I can say now. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Mataji. So this is the 18th and the 19th chapters. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. So we are now already 8:30. So we shall conclude and continue with further chapter. If you are all happy. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद